Hi guys. I just wanted to film this about my COVID testing experience. Really, um, some of you may know from my social media that I am a teacher, a supply teacher at the moment, but my specialty is art and design. But being a supply teacher means I go from school to school, so there's more chance of me catching COVID. So I'm very nervous about that. Um, Thursday morning, just gone, I had to phone the agency I work for to say I couldn't come in because I've been experiencing, woke up that morning experiencing COVID symptoms. I had one of the main COVID symptoms, which is coughing, but I also had a few of the minor ones, which was headache, congestion, and yeah. So so that day I booked. This was like at the time. This was like 6 o'clock in the morning. So I went on the COVID testing website, booked a test for that day. There was a testing site like 6 miles away from me, which was great. So I booked a appointment to have it done, which was about 12 p.m. So I went back to bed because I felt rough, basically, like really terrible. So I went. So off 11 o'clock came. I dropped my dog Griffin off at my mum's. Drove down to the testing centre. Was there a little bit early, but it didn't really matter. So I pulled up to the first. As you come in, the first man was there. I told him I had an appointment. He said that's fine. Have you got you the email with the code thing? I was like, yes, it's on my phone. I got it right here, ready. He was like, great. Go to the next person. So I went to the next person. I'm still in my car this time with my mask on and the window open about that much. So went to the next person and showed him the code thing. And he was like, fine. He directed me to a bay. I went to the bay. I was given my test because in this one, in this testing centre, you have to do it yourself in your car. So give me a test. Man, give me instructions and stuff like that, and he told me his instructions in the pack as well, which is great. I had to move my car again to another bay, so I went there. I was told once I finished to put my what do you call them? Flash my lights or whatever. I read the instructions. I had to. They said to put it like someone who hasn't got tonsils. It was very weird because they were like, put it at the back of your throat near your tonsils or where your tonsils used to be. And I had my tonsils out when I was like 5, so I have no idea where my tonsils used to be. I've never even thought to look it up. But I just done it at the back of my throat and then up my nose. And it says to go up your nose as far as you start, as far up that you start feeling resistance. So I done that. Then I snapped the stick that I came on, and put it in the liquid. Screwed it up. I had to put it in a little like baggie that had the pop seal on it. Done that, and then put it in another bag. And then I flashed my light, say I finished. I was then directed to another bay. So this is like 4 bays, 4 times now I had to move. Where I got that bay where they scanned my the barcode thing on the email that they sent me for my appointment, plus the barcode on the actual test envelope. They had me seal the envelope and put it in the thing. And that was it. They told me that it could take up to 5 days, which I didn't realise. Lucky for me though, we just well, it was like I should still have been working Thursday and Friday, but obviously because I had a test, I couldn't work those days. But like we were just going on to Easter break, which is the 2 weeks we have. It's basically the equivalent of America's spring break, but it's break, it's religious break. There's Good Friday coming up and all that. So yeah, and then I had to go home. I had to pick my dog up where I had my when I dropped my dog off. I had my mask on. I put my dog in the front garden. My mom came out then to get him, and the same happened when I went to pick him up. I phoned my mum from my car to say I was coming. She brought my dog out, Griffin, out into the front garden. She stepped back into the doorway. I came in and grabbed him, directed him to my car, and then I said so long. Obviously I had to isolate then until I got my test results. So my stepfather then come by later that night with some food because I couldn't go to the shops or anything, just in case I had to isolate for 2 weeks. So yeah, so come next day then, I wasn't expecting it, but I had my results, which is negative, thank God. Yeah, I was advised then to put that on the track and trace app, so that everybody knows that I've had a negative result. I then I phoned my fair play to him. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning that they gave me the results. I had to email my results, which was quite efficient, I think. And then so then later that day, then I phoned the teaching agency I work for, to say that I've had a negative result, and after Easter break I can come back to work and teach, which is great because I've only been back in work like 2 weeks, after being on furlough because of the lockdown, because supply staff can't go into schools and stuff like that, even though the lockdown. So yeah, that was it. So I have to say, the testing experience here in Wales, in South Wales, was very efficient. All the guys were friendly, and were kind as well. Like, you might have opened your window a little bit too much. They were like polite and saying, "Oh, can you put it up?" They weren't, no, how can I say, aggressive about it, but they were like adamant. Yeah. So yeah, that was my COVID testing experience, and thank God I had a negative results, because if you don't know, Wales has lifted its lockdown a little bit. I know we now can meet 6 people outside. From yesterday, I think. Yeah. So it would have been a shame if I was off for the last 2 weeks because of Easter break, but couldn't go anywhere. Then I would have to go on straight back to work. So that would have been boring, especially when I would have seen all my friends online, out and about. That's my dog, it's Griffin. So yeah, it's all in all a very positive experience of getting tested. I hope that everyone else had the same experience as me, really. Very efficient, very helpful. And yeah, I was literally early going into my test. Like I said, I was there at 11 rather than 12 o'clock, just because I didn't know where the testing centre was originally. So I went a little bit earlier. But I was out there by 11:45. So it was done and dusted, basically. And like I said as well, that my results came in 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. the next day. And that is, I think that's very efficient myself. But yeah. But anyway, bye.